Hi everyone, masofdas. I haven't done a pickup video for ages, and I actually thinking after watching a few other videos, the quality of this is really bad, even if it is like supposed to be 720p and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just I've been in town and I've actually had like a really big like spending spree. No plan whatsoever. It's just I saw the retro game shop. Um, the owner in there, Russell, he went to Japan, brought a few things back, some really cool stuff like a Neo Geo AES. Virtual Boy, I was really tempted to buy the Virtual Boy. He would have done a deal with like 4 games on that. It was a box, mint, Japanese one. It would have been like 300 quid though. So I decided against that. But I did buy a few other things. I also bought some things from the comic book shop. I go in there like when I do go in Exeter, and I always sort of see like sort of feel bad, like oh, it's a cool comic book shop. I walk around and I never buy anything in there. And if you follow their like Facebook, it's Final Frontier. I think they got one in Plymouth as well. Like I think the council were like ripping down the arcade where there's two, and like one other place in town's like going to be turned into flats and stuff. So it's like makes you feel even sort of worse. So I actually went in there to buy a few like new comics with like first issues had just come out. They actually ended up buying much more than I like planned. I thought, oh, I'll buy a comic or two, spend like 5 or 6 quid. I ended up spending like 60 quid in there, so rather crazy. So I'm going to go through what I bought, and I'll start from in there, and I'll start with comic books. So we have issue 1 of, I believe it's called Marvel Rising. It's got Squirrel Girl and Miss Marvel in it. So yeah, issue 1 of that. There was another cover as well, so I don't know if this is the variant or the other one was a variant, which has got like two, like, well, sort of in set there, and like Miss Marvel's up like here, not Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel's up here somewhere. Yeah, so got that. I kind of don't know much about Miss Marvel. I know a little bit more of Squirrel Girl, Squirrel Girl. So yeah, pick that up. And like I said, it's issue 1, so pretty cool. Um, they're all these like all female superheroes. I didn't do that on purpose. It's just they're, like I said, they're all issue 1. There's an issue 1 of Catwoman, but it started after like the wedding in the new current Batman series, and it even says on like the front cover of like, if you've not read up to issue 50 of the Batman, don't like read this or you're gonna get spoiled. So that was a bit weird. And there was an issue 1 of also to do with the wedding, but it was like issue 1 showing Batman, not Batman, Joker and Harley Quinn building up to the wedding, but it was like volume 5. So I was a little confused with the DC stuff, because I do like the Batman universe too. But anyway, the next Marvel one was X-23. So yeah, pretty cool. X-Men character. Yeah, quite like the art of that. And this is where I got confused with Myth Marvel and that, because there's a new Captain Marvel as well, the life of Captain Marvel. I'm not a huge fan of short-haired Captain Marvel, but again, I know some stuff of her, like like at the end of all spoilers at the end of Avengers 3, like when the pager and stuff goes out, and like I heard people in the cinema like, "What's that?" I was like, it's just weird. And I once had to explain who like Adam Warlock was, and again, I don't know much about him, but I know like of him. Then also in there, I picked some pop vinyls, and pop vinyls everywhere. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I've now got like 4 of them. One's of the Major from Ghost in the Shell, but that's the movie Ghost in the Shell. That was like 3 quid. So I thought, well, it was like when bought with anything else or something in HMV, and then I ended up with, you should be able to see in up there, Blue Mercy figure. It was like, I think that was like tenner again. It was like with bought anything else in game, it's like a game exclusive. I think they started doing like the equivalent of GameStop exclusive. But anyway, went in there, and the competition, some guys were talking about Overwatch there, and he put back one of the, I think it, one of the Overwatch ones, and I said, have you got any others? So, and he's like, yeah. So I've ended up getting Sombra, so she's pretty cool. And then I got this one. He did a bit cheaper because this is some damage. I got Zenyatta. First I thought he's so you see his base is all like warped, so I don't know if it's like, especially at the back, He will stand up still. First one he said he had another one. I thought he said he had what's her face? Ah, I can't even think of the other character I'm thinking of. It come to me when I've completely gone off the thing. So got those two in there. Got the comic books, and I got this really cool Leon S. Kennedy statue. Again, a lot of these places, Crackers Christmas got some cool like statue stuff as well. And I thought, oh, this one's quite cheap, and it's of Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen, like a bust figure. And then when I get home, and it's start in the back, and then on the base it's a obviously a money bank. Yeah, I didn't realise that at all. I just thought, oh, that looks quite a neat thing, and I saw the price. I thought, wow, that's actually quite cheap. But it's and I was thinking, this is really light and stuff, and it feels a bit hollow and plasticky. And then I realised it's actually a little bank thing. Yeah, so that's what I got in the comic book shop. She was 20 quid. Zombra, I think, was like 11.8 for Senya, and the comics were whatever they sort of were. So yeah, that's what came in the comic book shop. Before I moved in, I got into the game shop, I also picked up the Incredible Hulk in 4K, a part of HMV, pure HMV discount, so it's a tenner if you remember. They also had it's now the 2 for 30 4K films are now 2 for 25 if you're a pure member. I think that's until mid-August or something. This is not a great Marvel film. It's usually the worst Marvel film, but that's why I've got it. Because it's a Marvel film going into the collection. I've already got 4 Ragnarok. I've already got Guardians Volume 2. I've got Black Panther. I just need to really get Spider-Man Homecoming. I think that's it. And then when all 3 Avengers films comes out at the same time, it's quite like ironic. You're watching this video, it's going to be 720p and I got 4K films. You can clearly see where the budget's going, not on cameras. Yeah, and then I picked up this Ash figure, which comes with little Pokemon, little Pikachu. Well, it's Pokemon. Yeah, I got them. I've also I got all the evolution ones. It's missing Leafeon and Glaceon. They didn't seem to do them in this run of Ash. Yeah, he was like a $5, so I thought, for a $5 he's pretty neat. Picked him up like one of the first things I bought on my day, so I most probably wouldn't have got him if before I went and spent rest of the money, so I got him. And then what I got in the game shop, first some boring stuff. I got Ninja Gaiden. I think that is what basically did for free in the end. Part of my deal. I'm hoping this is a bit like Morrowind. I own the Game of the Year edition of Morrowind, but if you own the normal version and put it in a Xbox One as backwards compatible, it thinks it's Morrowind the Game of the Year and you get all the Game of the Year content. So I'm hoping if you put this in the Xbox One backwards compatible, it gives you Ninja Gaiden Black. But anyway, I got it for nothing. Basically, because the other bits I picked up, which is pretty good because you used CX sells Ninja Gaiden Black for 18 quid now. So if this does work backwards compatible and does give me Black, it's pretty decent free game. Next one, this one's really shocking because if you ever watched any of my videos before, follow me on Twitter, you know I love the Sega Dreamcast, and you know I've only got 16 games from a complete PAL, I say UK PAL set because also got Taxi 2 from France, and then there's do I get the Sega Bass Fishing that's in the big box with the controller, and there's virtual tennis with a regular controller and stuff. But yeah, really shocked to find a game that I needed. Coastal Works. I always get confused if I need this or not because there's Road Tycoon as well. But yeah, I had a look on quite a few Dreamcast games. Some decent stuff like Sonic Adventure 2, Shenmue, a few things like that. So I look on my email ones I need, and yeah, this was there. It's boxed, manual, really good. I think this is a tenner. Really happy of that. Basically, if I see a Dreamcast game in the shop and I don't know I will buy it no matter the price. If it was 100 quid reds, I would yeah, I'm having that. And I would have left the other bits and pieces. like I said, I was tempted to spend 300 quid on the Virtual Boy. So then I got some. He had this actually behind him, and he was like, "Oh, you like Zelda stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, I like Zelda stuff. You know, I like Zelda stuff. I've bought like Wind Waker off you like twice, and loads of strategy guides and loads of other bits. And I bought a Japanese GameCube just because you had a Japanese copy of Wind Waker in there with a bunch of games." And it's like, "Oh yeah, cool. Do you want this then?" So yeah, so this is the first for figures. Link, he was 20 quid, I believe. So yeah, I have no idea where I'm going to put him. And the worst of it is, I bought that. I was like, "What's that behind you?" He's looking for ages, couldn't figure out. And I was like, "That with the writing." "Oh yeah, that's a figure of it, like of this guy." So yeah, okay. Figure of Cloud. I think this is from Kokubuka, not First for Figures. All the box of this is completely Japanese. Had a yen price sticker on it. I think it was from 2004. So when Advent Children came back out, I believe. Gotta be, but it says, but he's not Advent Children Cloud. He's clearly, Final Fantasy VII PlayStation 1 Cloud. I have no idea where I can't even think where I'm going to put Link, let alone something that completely doesn't fit my collection. At least Link I can put next to other Zelda memorabilia. All I own Final Fantasy is the amiibos of Cloud. But again, he was 20. I think he's 20 or 25 quid box and that. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, so got him. And then the main thing, I don't know if I did say it at the start of a video. Went down there because he picked some consoles up and stuff. And there was one that was quite cheap that I wanted. Was a PC Engine that was sold. It's the Super Graphics one, the updated one, the orange ring. Been looking at a PC Engine since me and Dave did the Pod of War, that generation video. Never had a PC Engine and stuff like that. That was quite cheap, and then all the other consoles like the Virtual Boy, and then there's a few others that popped up. He had cheap. Some with Neo Geo Pocket Colors. I love the Neo Geo Pocket Colors. Mystery, one of my favorite handhelds. It's from the PSP. But he had four of them. One was a black and white one as well. Don't see them that often. It's just they were all unboxed, and he only had one game that's Metal Slug. But he had another handheld console. I have owned one before, but I owned the Swan Crystal, which are now silly money. I kind of give it away with I've owned the Swan Crystal. I want the Swan color. In obviously this is in Crystal Black, as it will say. So this is Crystal Black. Consoles in there, all the inserts, even leaflet telling you how to get the mobile phone adapter and stuff like that. All in there. There's also a game in here. Mr. Driller is in here, so it's really easy to play. You don't need to know any Japanese to be able to play Mr. Driller. And also it's got two games. It's Upside Down for a start. It is I believe it's Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, unless there's obviously something missing in there. I did have a quick go on it. It's got looks like anime cutscenes, which isn't. It's a bit of a 2D fighting game, one-on-one, which is but the sprites do look really small, so it's hard to see. As you notice, this says is a Swan Crystal and WonderSwan color, so this will work on the Swan Crystal, and it's basically Game Boy to Game Boy Color with the Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Silver. If you played it on the Game Boy Color, it would look better, but you can still play it on an OG Game Boy. Same sort of thing. So if you play it on the Color, it works. It's in color. If you play it on the Crystal, it looks better. Or a bit like Xbox One and One X now. It looks better on the Swan Crystal. It's just a Swan Crystal's a silly money now. There's only 2 or 3 colors. There's a purple, a wine red color, and I can't remember what the other color is. But yeah, so it's got this. So it's got the thing, and that was obviously my biggest pickup and biggest spend today. That was 65 quid. The WonderSwan color. I had been watching a few on eBay. I've been looking at. Basically, since I've watched a few videos of Adam Corrick's pickups, a few other pickup videos, and seen Russ has got a few cool things from Japan, and like I said, we did a previous video. I really wanted a PC Engine, but I've been looking at other weird consoles like the Jag, Virtual Boy, WonderSwan, Neo Geo. It's just that you happen to have one, and it was just easier than eBay. Like I was watching the Final Fantasy edition, which is quite common. There was one in the UK, it's 50 quid plus postage. It's again, but it's come dear. It's only got one game. I knew, if there's any problems with this one, I can take it back to him. Yeah, so I want to try to pick up some more Swan Crystal game, or WonderSwan games, I should say. Don't see them often, so I don't know how well the collection would go. But yeah, that was it. So I've got quite a few bits. I'm gonna have to try to figure out where I'm putting half of it. That is the biggest issue. Like you can clearly see, I'm not getting more pop vinyls next up to Murphy. Anyway, I've been Massive Dad. Sorry, I haven't actually done any videos for ages. I haven't even done like normal videos, and there's loads that I want to do. I just not really got around to it. Games coming in August should go up tomorrow. So yeah, I'd like to do it like the last Sunday before the last Friday. That sort of makes sense. But anyway, I've been Master Das, and I'll see you again.